All right, people's back at you for Misty. All right, so same thing. We had an ex-dividend yesterday, and today is payday. Yay, payday. Okay, so we were down 6.72 on MSTR. Now, technically, MSTR is trading at 124.68 because it's the split. For today, since I'm going to go to a new August sheet tomorrow, I'll start, even though I'll put 8.7 in that new August sheet, I will start tracking it. I just didn't want it showing the higher values and, all of that. But technically, it's only 124.685 is the close because they did a 10 to 1 split or a 1 for 10 split. Okay, so technically, this should be $1.95, 94 higher. So that's 23.59. So I just want to show you that it actually, like coin, was down less. Okay, so this was down 8.94. That's also why I kept it and multiplied it times 10. So if I go here, you see that 810 versus 894 because we're certainly not capped, right? But I'm going to leave it, and I always put a note in here how much was taken out and the fact it was ex-dividend. But again, I'll roll to an August sheet. We didn't have any trades. Now, MSTY got 650,000 shares after having 600. So when these things go on sale, and Misty is still the GOAT with payouts, so people buy in. Now, I'm not saying the market's not going lower because it sure looks like it wants to go lower. If you listen to my coin, we are up. We're trading at in crypto with 3 hours to go before the market opens, technically 2 hours and 55 minutes. We're up almost 5% in crypto, 27.25. We're up at 57.70. So this thing should get back to around $23. I'm not saying it will be that much. I'm showing Misty right now, though, at 22.22 by 22.54. So if this keeps up, this thing's going to correlate to higher numbers, clearly. Okay, guys, so that's the problem with thinking that ex-dividend, you can always get it. Now, granted, I know that Robinhood and a few of the brokers allow you to trade more like 24 hours. But in general, it's supposed to open, down yesterday at its amount. And I'm sure, although the markets, they jumped up initially and then went down. Looks like today is moving up. Let's hope it doesn't sell off. This market is dangerous and reckless. All right, guys. So we got 600,000. They just kept that cash, right? They got to pay today. They've already found a way to pay, but they're probably saying, hey, let's just hold that money because they clearly paid more than we earned. So that's one way of just taking that money and not putting it in new contracts, especially if they borrowed it from the treasuries. Okay, let's go over to the weekly. So all of our situations, we look good, right? This number is now lower because we went down again. I'm using the pre-split, right? It's really trading at 124.68, but that's all right for these purposes. And obviously, we're way down with the ex-dividend amount taken out. All right, guys. So look at this. So look at the just this week. So when I show you the next one, it's pretty obvious that they're going to take something off the table. I mean, they could have well taken it off today. So let's go over there and look. So we have no issue with any capping with 2 trading days. All right. So this can move up, and that's fine. This could move up to 1439 and not be an issue. So What are we trading at? Let me punch in MSTR and then I'll just multiply it by tens in the pre-market. Okay, we're trading at 130. Well, that's by 131. So that's 1300 by 1310, right? So 2 days, we should be safe. I mean, I'd love to see it bounce right up to 49.30. But guess what? That's not the one that really matters is way up at the 1600. So if I'm these guys, I'd take this thing off the table today. It got 98.59. I mean, it's doubtful it'll ever get there, but by taking it off a day early and then you have 6 days to write next week, you're really better off doing that. You make a better gain that way. This one's so small, it doesn't matter at 86. And this one, you would like it. It'll probably hang around in the 80s if we move up into the 1300s. But this was just 32 the day before. So this is a nice capture so far. Look at this, 7.8 million we were paid, and we would only have to spend 215,000 to buy it back. So I really think they ought to buy this one back today. It's so far up there that it's not gonna rise up, it's gonna go down more. Okay, guys, that's what I see there. What else? Well, here we are at 2165, and we're saying, hey, we're 6 cents rich, right? They're saying fair value is 2159 based on the increased share count, all of the assets and liabilities. How do we look on our synthetic? Well, we were still down some yesterday, all right? And that's what it looks like, 56 million to 52. We've been worse. We've been 66 million loss. And look at this, 4% of the fund, 650,000, 600 the day before. So it's clearly some sale prices and people are banking on it. Doesn't mean that Misty can't go to 17 or $18. I mean, trust me, if this market pulls everything down, it exactly will. If you're bullish long term, you want to own these things. I just don't think we're out of the woods on the stock market. And unfortunately, these cryptos are trading like the NASDAQ stocks. And you all know what happened yesterday. I mean, that was that, that initial lift up and then sell off. And, with Iran, last I checked an hour and a half ago, they hadn't attacked Israel. And I thought for sure, I even put a note in my Discord that I was expecting around 5 a.m. Eastern time um, that, or sorry, I think that was even yesterday. That was in the evening. So, they're going to do it when they feel like doing it. But there was some big leaks out there that it was going to happen um, in the prior evening. So it's getting long in the tooth. I think it's coming. They've been advised by Russia. They've been advised by a lot of people. Hey, tamper down whatever you were going to do. I realize you have to do something, but do it less because these markets are jittery. Something like, a big flare up like that, it can take these indexes down 2, 3, 4%. And we really don't need any more of that right now. But in fairness, everything's up right now. Well, I shouldn't say everything. The S&P 500 is showing like 875 down. I don't have the NASDAQ on my screen. I got BTC, I got Misty, Coney, Bitto, GDX. Uh, okay, guys, what else? I think that is it, other than going and taking a look at the payday. All right, so what do we have? We have everything the same, right? So I'm waiting to do a transaction like Coney had a couple transactions. We haven't had them. So we get a chance, although we do have, what did I say, 90 something million in a loss? Minus 90. I can't even remember the number. Man, when you're sick, my memory goes right out the window. Let me go back and look. 90, yeah. 56. Wow. I know Coney had. 98. That's where that number was coming from. Okay, went from 52 to 56. So we'd like to start getting that. What's it going to take? Well, I got a minute. Well, we're trading at 1550, so call that 155. We're around 130 in the pre-market, so we got $25, right? From it was easier to see the reach from 125, or sorry, from 130 to 155. That's a big jump percentage wise. It's 20% or so, but I think they can do it. And we're on a 920 expir, or sorry, this one isn't. We have to roll this one. We may even roll it on Friday and roll out of this. But that's no big deal. It's just taking one out of it and putting it in a different basket, but it'll go ahead and cause us to take a portion of this loss from paper to realize. But then when we write it in a different one, like a 14 or a 1450, we'll make money when we sell that. We won't make up for the loss, but we will get some money. Um, okay, guys, that's what I got for you. So it's your flu bound uh, Bruce at Targeted Wealth Creation, who's a little under the weather, but hanging in there. All right, happy payday, everybody. Go check those dividends and distribution. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Have a great one, guys. Bye for now.